We're not rebelling against mainstream pop.
Okay. Yeah, because for your first album, I read that Max Rybel, how do you pronounce it?
Mats Riebe.
Mats Riebe,
Yeah.
sorry. He writes most of your songs. How does that work? Did he also do this for the upcoming album?
It's a co-writing project.
Yeah, because how does it work? He comes up with an idea and then sketch,
Yeah.
and what happens when? Can you maybe give an example of how for a song, how does it go when he comes up with an idea?
He shows us the sketch, and sometimes we just know it right away that we want to play that song, and we just grab some instruments and
we're off.
and we're off.
But he has your sheet music or just sound files? Or?
He comes to us with a guitar or his piano. Well, he doesn't bring his piano, it's too heavy, but with his guitar. And it just plays them simple. And then we constantly just get ideas right away. And if we're in the rehearsing room, we just grab an instrument and just trying to play on top of him. And then he slowly just backs off, and then we're arranging. Yeah. So
okay.
It's we often just end up with something completely different than what we start off with. We have this a cappella number, which was originally kind of a high-speed country song. But we have like 3 or 4 of these, so we're just trying to slow it down a bit, and we ended up just doing it a cappella and really slow and calm, and so that was the total opposite of what we started off with.
Okay, well, what does he bring? For example, if we can look at maybe a song that will be on the next record, what does he bring in that you need, or could you do it without him, or is that what does he bring in that makes his role so special?
I think we could do it without him, but it works so good, and I think the masculinity, what do you say? Yeah. That he brings in that. Kind of. Yeah, maybe.
Have you experimented when you just wrote something without him, and what was the difference if you compare it?
It's we've written some songs ourselves, but he has written the lyrics to some of them. There's one song that I've written the lyrics and the melody to, and that's instantly much cuter. It's a recipe for cherry pie, for instance, for example. I mean, so it's more. He's more of a crazy person while he's writing songs. It's really obscure and dark and scary. Almost everything that he writes is. Yeah. But so it's the masculinity is a good point. He brings that to it.
But do you now learn how to translate it? Maybe that because he's played a big role now in your work. Do you sort of get the understanding what that is about, that masculinity?
Yeah, I think we're influenced by him in certain ways. I think we are. But we want to keep him as long as we can, because it's easier for all 4 to take a part in the arrangement when the sketch is not one of the 4 that has written it. Because when I write a song, I always have a certain opinion how it should end up. But when he just writes a sketch, we all can pitch in. It's easier to arrange it then.
But it's also maybe because he's now plays that maybe if you would put all 4 parts in it, that it might crash a little at some point, because he takes maybe a leading role now, or a starting role. Let's put it that way.
No, it hasn't been.
Or is it not to avoid any discussions when it comes to songwriting between you 4 girls then?
I don't think it's. We don't discuss too much about that, because we are so on the same team. We're so on the same ideas all the time. That if we're discussing anything, it's just small details. It hasn't been a problem so far.